In the meantime, enjoy these delightful tunes.
Oh yeah, it's a bop.
Alright.
So far, Jaden State says hello.
Hi, Jaden.
Samwise says launch day. Yay! I agree.
I agree, Samwise. We're excited.
Lego Nation says hi.
Hello.
Ultra Levy, hello.
Howdy.
People are all up in this chat.
That's
Nice.
great. We'll be starting shortly, and I think the plan is to get through Chapter 1 for you all, and in the meantime, ask us anything about what we're playing.
Yeah.
Any of that.
Alright, so I think we have...
Oh, great! We can see it over there.
Is that like
Nice, we can see you all now, yeah.
Cool. Am I ready for the new Pokemon game? Yes. I don't know. I'm not... I still haven't beaten... I don't even remember the last one I was playing. I think it was a Brilliant Diamond I was trying to get through, and I don't think I've gotten through that one yet. So I'm not raring to go, but I'm excited for them. Like they look nice. So I'm looking forward to it.
Jake, I'm Matt Bitner from
This is Matt Bitner.
Morningstar Game Studio. I made a game called A Robot Named Fight, and I helped develop C.A.R.L with Andrew. Worked on this together, so
Yeah. So to give to give kind of a bit of an overview, backstory. Basically, C.A.R.L originally, like the very first version of this game, was an idea that I had back when I was in college, and that was a while ago at this point. And I made some like little bits of pixel art, just kind of like doodling about, trying to make something fun. And I had this idea for a game where you would kind of break your way out from a society of defective robots and this like village sort of scenario with an oppressive sort of dictator CEO type character.
yeah,
So
you kind of have like a panopticon
yeah,
type
yeah,
surveillance state on the whole
yeah.
facility. Yeah,
So I played around with that for a while. I dabbled with it, off and on for over the course of. I mean, at this point, it's been a decade since the first time that I thought of C.A.R.L, which is crazy to me. And I know that it's not like I feel like it's a long time to work on a 2D platformer, maybe, but like it's been like it's been through 3 different engines, I think, and it's been a long time coming. So Matt approached me in 2020. Was it 2020? I think it was.
I think it was 2020. Yeah, it was right when the pandemic was really bad.
Yeah, and you were wrapping up development on your last game, A Robot Named Fight, and asked if I needed any help in getting C.A.R.L out the door, and I was not in any position to do it myself yet, and so I said, heck yeah, let's do it. So
Yeah. We used to we worked together.
Yep.
We worked together at a company called HitSense. We made a couple mobile games together. And I remember, like, you had C.A.R.L before you started there. Like,
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of your... In the same way that I had, like, the Flash prototype of A Robot Named Fight when I started there, you had the version of C.A.R.L that eventually became this.
Yep.
Jumping in there, so... It's been a long time coming.
Hey, Xander's donated $5. He says, hello to the both of you. Could you talk a bit about the ARG for everyone who wasn't involved? Okay, so Xander, this is the guy who cracked the ARG.
Yeah.
That was all you. I was just hanging on. I was like, oh wow, how do you solve this? Oh man.
So yeah, there was an ARG involved in the announcement of this game. Now I had put up C.A.R.L on Steam Greenlight back in like 2016, and it had passed Greenlight back then. It was a very different looking game at that point. And honestly, like as my YouTube took off and I moved away from game development into YouTube work, it was kind of on indefinite hiatus until we picked it back up together. But since that point, I wanted to make kind of an event out of the announcement of the game once it was sort of a sure thing. Yeah, it was resurrected. So I had this idea to kind of leave some breadcrumbs in. What started from this idea of I was recording some gameplay for Nathaniel Bandy's coming in with $50. Says congrats on the launch. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You are an awesome friend and couldn't do it without your support. But yeah, basically, I wanted to make an event around this announcement, and I had this thought when I was recording gameplay for a YouTube video that I thought for a second that I accidentally hit the start streaming button on OBS instead of the start recording button, and I had this thought that was just like my heart sank. I was just like, oh no, like what was I like, was I picking my nose or doing something embarrassing on stream and like somebody noticed me on YouTube? And I thought, like, what an interesting concept, where what if I could make a live stream that looks like I accidentally went live and am showing off footage of this secret project. So that's what I ended up doing, is I made like a pre-recorded YouTube video, but put it up on YouTube as a stream to try to leave some breadcrumbs about this project and to show the first bits of footage. And Xander in chat, he was the one who managed to crack the litany of breadcrumbs that led to the announcement page.
It was complex. I remember you had like hidden voices in like spectrograph, like hidden language in like spectrograph on sound files. Like you have to go view it from like that point of view, and then like all this cryptography stuff, and like I don't know, it all came together really fast.
It was a lot. I would like to go back and like look at my documents for it and like try to document it in some way, because
it was like 16, 17. It was a bunch of steps.
Yeah,
like it was pretty cool.
It was quite a bit.
Quickly you pulled that off.
Yeah, I was happy about it. I was mostly inspired by the Portal 2 ARG. Like that one was really impactful to me around the same time that I was thinking of concepts for C.A.R.L, and like back when I was in college. And so the way that they announced Portal 2, that Valve announced Portal 2, was sort of similar. You had to like call a bulletin board system to get information and like find this password hidden on the website to get security cam footage of shoddy screenshots of parts of Portal 2. So I thought that was a lot of fun.
So multiple people have been asking, are there plans for a physical version?
Okay, so yeah, we're getting this question a lot. I would personally love to make it happen. We have not made any plans, and we're not in talks with anybody currently. But Matt has previously published a title through Premium Edition Games, and I've got contacts with Super Rare Games over across the pond in Europe. So I'm sure that if we see a good response in the first, I would say
it's totally within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Like we don't have concrete plans yet, but it's not something that like we haven't ruled it out by any means, and certainly could happen.
Yeah.
Jason Berger says, "Hi Matt, hi Andrew."
Hi Jason. Okay, so I see Jaden's asking, did the name C.A.R.L come first or the acronym itself? I think the name C.A.R.L came first, and that was the very first just scrap of anything that ultimately became C.A.R.L was one late night when I think I was pulling an all-nighter for studying for some college class, and I made this really bad mock-up scene of what I wanted to make in like a 2D platformer game, and it ended up being like the very first kind of like mock-up screenshot of C.A.R.L, and I was so proud of it as this like, I don't know, I was probably
it was cool.
I don't know, I put like a stupid watermark over the whole thing and shared it on Facebook, and that was the very first version, and then I'm sorry, what was the question?
Just like what came first, the name came first.
Right, yeah.
C.A.R.L came first, and then I think that's how everything went. Like you would come up with a name and then fit an acronym to it.
Yeah.
Like,
so with C.A.R.L, I don't know why I couldn't tell you anymore what it was exactly, but it was just kind of like, oh, this little fella's got to be named C.A.R.L. He's got to have a cute little short name, you know. And I kind of like kept that running with some other characters in the game. There's like Chuck and Bob.
Well, every character, well, except for the enemies. We tried to do it with the enemies, we didn't quite make it. But like all the bosses, all the NPCs.
Yeah.
I remember I was impressed. We had Charlotte, who's like no spoiler, but there's a boss in the game. It's spider related. Charlotte's Web, and I was surprised you were able to come up with an acronym for that made sense.
Yeah. So my methodology for that often was to like come up with a word bank of like, I had like just kind of a running word bank of like robotic terms or like like mechanical or like programming terms.
Processor, computer, positronic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I would like look up like like baby name pages and like find like what has like a lot of letters in common and what I could feasibly make fit. So that's something that was there from very early on in the game.
Quick side question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Our favorite movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough, actually. I think mine is still probably Catch Me If You Can.
It's not Spy Kids 3D.
No, that's up there though. Spy Kids 3D is very good, but I think Catch Me If You Can is my favorite.
That is good.
Favorite?
I've got it changes like seasonally, but I mean, just some I'll throw out there is there's a war film called Come and See. It's very dark and gritty.
Solid.
Yeah, it's from the 80s. It's from Russia. And then there's John Carpenter's The Thing. I like all the little body horror stuff. Like you can tell from a robot and fight. You know, you can pretty much peg me as a John Carpenter fan. So
cool. I figure maybe what we could do is start a new save file and start going on chapter 1, and my lovely wife Kristen is here to help us get acquainted with chat and have updates for us. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into a new save file, and yeah, I think we're going to be playing through at least chapter 1. So let's get to it.
oh yeah,
absolutely, anytime.
So, are there demos? And then also, how did the physics feel? Is it more like Mega Man or Mario or something in between, something different?
I find it very Mario-esque, the physics. Like it has the qualities of Mega Man. It's a jump and shoot boy. You're a jump and shoot boy in this game, but like it has that kind of high air control slidiness of Mario. It's very nice. It's a lot. The physics are really tight.
Well, I built the first version of the physics trying to make something very much on the nose, kind of similar to the way that Cave Story handles their physics, because I really liked the way that the air control felt in that game, and the just kind of momentum that the character had, the sort of like weight or lack thereof, because I feel like Quote in Cave Story feels like kind of floaty, but in a way that feels like intentional. So that was the basis for C.A.R.L's movement.
It's very fast. Like
Yeah.
I think like a Robot Named Fight, it's a little floaty, but it's that slow kind of Metroid, like
Yeah.
a little bit of low gravity feel. But in this, like you snap to platforms real quick. I don't know, you can fly through it.
Yeah.
It's good speed running.
All right, so this is the tutorial level. This introduces you to the controls and the main loop of the game, which is going to be to collect 3 of these tech units, which are the kind of, you can imagine them almost like the stars in Mario 64.
Yeah, or the Chips and Chips challenge.
Yeah. So they'll help you reach your next level once you reach a certain threshold. So we'll hit 3 of them, as you can see on that meter on the top right, to exit the level, and then we'll hit the exit elevator to actually finish.
This is just a straightforward, very linear, and I think from here it kind of branches out to less linear levels.
Yeah.
To complement the whole chip premise.
All right, so here we are after the tutorial level. We got this door that's locked, and just one way to go over here. And this is where we're going to be introduced to, I guess you could say, the secondary protagonist.
Yeah. Kind of your partner in crime.
Yeah.
I suppose.
But it's a long way down here. The dump is very much buried underneath the surface. You might notice some references in here.
Yeah.
Pay no attention.
There's a battle pillar. I saw a battle pillar.
Battle Pillars was a mobile game that Matt and I worked on together, so there's a skeleton in there that
it looks like a little caterpillar skeleton.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So here is Herman Brent's van, and Herman Brent is the engineer who is sending you on your mission, so we're going to introduce ourselves to him here.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you all have any plans for the future of C.A.R.L? Do you have any DLC or updates or things that you have in the works?
I have some stuff in mind that I definitely would like to implement at some point before we're done giving regular updates. I don't have any plans in mind for like paid DLC at least. I think anything that I have in mind would just be like coming in free updates. But if that changes, I'll let you know.
I'm of the same line of thinking with A Robot Named Fight. I did a lot of free updates after launch, and there's definitely going to be like quality of life patches.
Yes,
any bugs will be fixed, things like that. As far as extra content, I know like it's funny when you work on a game like towards the end of development, like it starts seeming complete, and you get really enthused, and you're like, oh man, I can do this, and this now. And you had a lot of ideas for ways to kind of expand stuff. So some of that might creep its way in there in the future.
Yeah. So, do we want to voice the characters? Is this gonna?
Oh, sure. Who's reading who?
Uh,
well, I mean, there's only one person.
Yeah. Yeah, you do Herman. You do Herman.
Oh, no. Where could he be? I don't know why I made him like old.
No!
C.A.R.L. Oh, you're back. You had me so worried. This is why we don't have voice acting in here. And you managed to bring the tech units. This may work after all. You're one resourceful little bot, huh? Ha! These will be invaluable to my research, and no doubt Kent will be set back by the loss. Thank you, C.A.R.L. You know, you may still be getting your bearings, but I must ask you to help me again. We have so little time. Please go back inside and see what more you can find. Anything, everything. We have to do everything we can to slow his progress. I hate to ask this of you after everything you've been through, but please, will you help me?
Okay, chat. Should we help him?
Yeah. What do you want us to do?
This is YouTube plays C.A.R.L.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Should we help him or not? What do you think?
I gotta vote for no from Kristen.
Okay.
I say no.
Okay, we got one vote for no.
Like, how many times do you think no?
I don't know. No. Okay.
No,
Say no.
Yeah, I think it's the votes are in. I mean, are you sure? I could really use your help. Please, C.A.R.L. We have to stop Kent.
We do have to stop Kent. Should we do it, chat? I don't know.
No,
Jaden says don't be rude. Yeah, I think
Okay.
now we're getting the yeses. Okay.
Okay.
I wonder what would have happened if we'd said no. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? Thank you, C.A.R.L. I'll get to work immediately, and we'll be here awaiting your return. And please, C.A.R.L., be safe.
All right. So, we've got our directive. We got to go back into the facility and try to get more of those chips.
Dude.
So, now this door is open, and we're gonna meet a new character here.
I think this is the first boss fight, right?
Yeah. Alert, intruder detected in waste management. Engaging target. I'm just kidding. The look on your face, though, priceless. Hope I didn't spook you too bad. Oh, right, the introduction. What's my line again? Here's our neon sign. Welcome to the dump.
You did all this, and it's very charming. Like,
your wife says that's an excellent shirt.
thank you, wife.
she's great. Hi,
Thank you,
Kayla. We love you.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the dump. That stands for Depot of Unusable Machinery and Parts. My name's Hal. I'm here to introduce you to our bustling metropolis. Let me guess, were you injured on the job, replaced with a new model, or did Kent just get tired of you? I've heard it all, kiddo. Everyone down here is a bot that was once down on their luck just like yourself. But everyone finds a new life here in the dump, and I know you'll feel right at home in no time. Why don't you go check out the Robo-Bar, maybe give Madam a visit at her tent. Alright. So, at this point in the game, you have the freedom to kind of explore the dump at your leisure. This is your hub area that you will come back to pretty much after every level, and this is where you'll find upgrades and unlockables and new characters and...
Well, that's where you cash them in. Like, everywhere throughout the levels you find...
right.
Like disc, you find video games, medals that you can report to this kind of resistance group up top, and every single building in this hub has a variety of NPCs that all function to, like, kind of upgrade you and improve you.
Yeah.
Go along.
Yeah. There is a character over here I'll point out real quick.
That looks
this
like
is
somebody.
This
I
is
don't know.
a little bit of a self-insert. Can you see the resemblance? But so he's not gonna have anything for us right now. But this guy's name here, his name is Doug. But that means the digital organism of unimportant genesis.
Don't worry.
I think you have to voice this one.
Yeah. I'm just running some calculations. Don't mind me. Bleep, blurp, blurp. Have a nice robot day.
Is that what you would sound like as a robot?
Yep. Sure is.
I think it's a little offensive. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good
Yeah.
robot. I don't know.
All right.
Two questions, guys.
Okay.
So, what were your favorite parts of the development of this game, and what were your least favorite parts? Were there any parts that made you just want to say, screw it? Like, any parts where you wanted to give up because of it?
I don't know. Do you have anything in mind?
Sure, I can feel both those. Like, my favorite was just getting to do, like, just to delineate our roles, like, Andrew came up with the story, did all the art, all the music, like, everything you see and hear is all Andrew, and we kind of split programming duties, but I did most of the level design, and it was just a joy to get to, like, with this premise of, like, find 3 chips, have these kind of open-ended, non-linear levels, that was awesome. Like, I just really enjoyed that process, because with a robot named Fight, I had to design everything as these kind of plug-and-play pieces, and couldn't direct the player or exercise a lot of intention in the design. As far as the roughest part, we actually ran into more hurdles than I expected porting the game.
Yeah.
And I won't, like, bore you with the details or anything like that, but it just, 2 people launching a game on, like, all 4 consoles, or, you know, like, on 3 consoles and PC is, more work than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And that was just, that was a struggle, and I'm amazed we did it. I'm, like, really proud of the fact that we were able to pull that off.
Yeah, it was a feat, and I'm proud of us too. It's a big accomplishment to get it out, especially on the same day for all 4 platforms.
Yeah. That it was simultaneous release. We actually managed.
It is on PC, Switch, Steam, or Steam is PC. PC, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. So, and I'm dead.
I'm gonna cross. A quick question for Andrew. Have you heard of the book series Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
I have not read it. I've heard of it.
I assume that's something that you would have been.
No, I never got into that one.
Not because you're a little bit of a dork. So,
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I love you. What is you guys' favorite? Like, who are your favorite sprites of the game, and like which characters were your favorite, and did you have any favorite animations?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I guess I like, there's a character in the Robo Bar that we'll meet here in a bit. I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen him yet, but I feel like that's kind of a fun one because it's sort of a bit of a disguise, maybe, I guess, if you know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about, yeah. No, that's a really cool character. I know for myself, like, animation-wise, doing Charlotte was really fun, because her animation's all procedural, so that was all programmatic. Like, you designed all the sprites, these legs or whatever, but the way she moves around the level, or at least when you're fighting her, is all done real time through programming.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah. All right. So we found a medal in that last level, so that means now that we have the ability to go upgrade our weapon if we want to. I think I'm gonna go do that. Could you pull that cushion thing forward a little bit? I just see the shelf is rocking.
I am so sorry.
No,
yep, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Quick question. How much does C.A.R.L cost? What are the prices?
Well, it is an MSRP of $14.99 on all platforms, but for our launch sale, I think until October 6th, the first week,
1 week,
on Switch and on Steam, we've got it marked down to under $10. So yeah.
It's $9.99 on Switch and then like $9.89 on Steam because they do like percentages. You can't like. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's more detail than you need.
All right, so this guy, I want to introduce you guys to Sarge. This is the subversive agent of resistance and guerrilla espionage, I think is what the acronym is. So, but he sort of facilitates your weapon upgrades in the game. So, if you find the medals that he's lost throughout the levels, you'll be able to exchange them for some upgrades. So, that's what we're gonna do right here, assuming I have enough. Oh, yeah, I see it. It's still the shelf is like.
I am so sorry.
I feel like it's gonna fall over.
Whoops.
No. Sorry. Okay. I do not have enough scrap, so I'm gonna have to go back to a level. But I'm gonna show you guys 2 secrets here, so that you know when you get into the game. If you end up picking up the game yourself, if you come up here to the armory at the top of the dump, the first secret is you can kind of inspect anywhere that you want to in C.A.R.L. Like you can see like the up arrow icon.
Yeah, it'll drop hints on a lot of things, but you can do that.
You can do it independently
anywhere.
So if you look at this shelf right here, Let's see. A sturdy shelving unit is holding stacks of important looking documents. Wait a minute, something shiny is sticking out from one of these boxes. You found a hidden music track. So.
Oh, I think somebody's noticing all the Easter eggs on the weapon board.
Yeah. So C.A.R.L definitely. I'm not shy about wearing my inspiration on my sleeves. So, or my inspirations on my sleeve, however you might phrase that. But in here are direct references to some of my biggest inspirations. A lot of weapons that presumably Wendy over here is studying for research purposes. So.
Yeah.
And then this guy over here, his name is Aaron, and if you talk to him, he doesn't have much to say, but I'm gonna drop a little hint, I guess. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, it's kind of a Mabel situation.
Yeah, have determination. Like,
yeah.
Don't give up on that guy.
Don't give up on him. Yeah, you might get something out of it. So. All right. Okay, this is the character. Somebody was asking about one of my favorite sprites, and this is one that I think stands out to me, which is Duke, who is a living jukebox over here. You want to do Duke's
Oh yeah, hey, watch it! You can't just go pressing someone's buttons like that. The name's Duke. You new here? I feel like I've seen you before, but these old senses aren't what they used to be. I'm a great singer. Well, I was. The boss got himself one of those MP3 players. Threw me out. Guess some folks just don't appreciate the classics. But hey, things could be worse. Got myself a nice gig here at the Robo Bar. Always a silver lining.
Yep.
Sorry.
All right. And then ARPA's down here. This is for the arcade mini games that you can collect in the levels. So if you get an arcade module, you'll bring it back to this guy down here, and you'll be able to play a little mini game. So I guess I could show this off here too. You can pay to get a drink at the Robo Bar, and what it'll do is actually change your color, so you can change C.A.R.L's color.
What's your favorite of all the?
Honestly, maybe this is just because I.
Well, it's probably the usual, right? Like you designed the character.
I designed the character, so I'd usually like the usual, like the normal, the yeah.
I always go purple.
Purple, Great Grease. Great Grease is pretty dope. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Quick question related to kind of a crossover question. You guys plan to add any Arnth Easter eggs?
I would definitely be open to it.
Yeah,
we haven't really yet, but we have talked about how we could technically shoehorn that they're both.
Oh
in the
same
same universe.
No, nothing canon, nothing official. But yeah, you could imagine how the kind of dystopian dark world of Arnth could arise from this. These friendly AI robots.
Oh, here's a secret I'm going to show for those watching. Check it out. Here's a health module. So we'll bring those back to the doctor/robot mechanic in the dump to install that and get another wrench for our health bar.
What's his name again?
So the free roaming automated repair technician goes by the acronym
Doc.
Doc.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the name Doc, yeah. But yeah, his acronym spells something slightly different.
Yeah. That one was tough for us for ESRB. We had to do the rating. That was.
We really had
a
to
little
fight for
blue humor.
All right.
You guys, do you have any tips, any advice for how to get good at C.A.R.L?
I would say don't underestimate the upgrades. I've seen early playthroughs, I feel like a lot of people are getting caught up on the first boss, and I think that an important thing is you want to make sure that you're trying to find those medals in the levels and then spinning them, like I showed at Sarge's place. To make sure you're getting some upgrades on your weapon before you face the boss.
I think that's very true. Like, all the bosses are kind of calculated with a minimal number of upgrades in mind.
Yeah.
When you approach them, and if you're not upping your damage, upping your health, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing I'd add is, like, if you're just struggling with the platforming aspects, I think we take it for granted, but as you jump, if you're trying to hit a platform, just hit the opposite direction. Like, do the little, the jumping back thing. That's how I always find myself doing some of the precision platforming.
The kind of air control, you can see how much air control C.A.R.L has.
Like you can land wherever you want. You can move freely in the air.
Yeah. This is a side character that is kind of an optional collectible in a way.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Bleem, and we're saving him from the factory so that he can head back to us with us to the dump. So
I remember during development, I would throw all these characters like in these levels or whatever, but I didn't write the dialogue, so that, they'd all have just very obscene dialogue until you would go in and replace it.
Yeah, that's
I hope we caught all that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Not anymore. No, that's a way to ensure that you get rid of placeholder stuff.
Yeah.
That's an old
programmer art and programmer dialogue.
Yeah. All right. So, and if you notice there, I just grabbed a green chip. Those are the extra chips in the levels where if you go out of your way or remember where they are and pick them up before you leave, you can actually sort of sequence break a bit and skip some levels. If you choose to do so.
Some of the levels, I mean, like, I think they all have different challenge levels, and it's nice that you're not forced to play every single level.
Right. And we have a tip from Wolfie Paws. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Wolfie.
All right. You always wanted to make a platformer, or was it simply easiest and safest option as an indie developer? It was, I feel like, a little bit of both. My favorite games, honestly, are platformers. Like, through and through. Like the games that inspired this game were Cave Story, Super Paper Mario, Jazz Jackrabbit, Speedy Eggbert. All of those are 2D platformers that were just, like, super close to me and, like, important to me growing up. So, yeah, it always made sense to me that my first big game project would need to be a 2D platformer.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of, we share that. It's in your wheelhouse. It's in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like, it's certainly easy, but it's easy for us because I think we're both familiar with it.
Yeah.
The form and the genre.
Was this game developed in Unity?
It was.
It is now. It originally was developed in, I think it was first in Game Maker. And then I think I played around with a Java version, and then it ended up in Unity. And so, yeah, we ended up publishing on Unity.
What about merchandise? Like plushie?
I don't know if we have it.
We do have this special little guy, this little plush toy through Makeship. If you check the description, we got links to all the store pages and to the plush toy, if you want to check it out. This is actually only on sale for the next 3 weeks. Today is launch day for the game, and we've got 3 weeks for the plush toy campaign. So after that, as far as I know, we're not gonna have any other print runs. So
For a limited time only.
Yeah, if you want a little bit of C.A.R.L history, I don't know. So here's the free roaming automated repair technician, and as he explains, folks down here just call him Doc. Everybody else uses their acronym. I'm not sure what his deal is. But...
Yeah, I don't know.
So he'll install your health modules.
You can also later on, each chapter has like a blueprint. I think the final chapter has 2, and each one of those will unlock new upgrades that kind of augment the upgrade you'll get into chapter.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Kind of a follow-up question to a previous one. What's your favorite platform?
Ooh, like period or like 2D platformer, like we were talking about.
I wouldn't even make that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whichever.
Okay. Because I would still say Super Paper Mario. I feel like Super Paper Mario has become my favorite game of all time. I feel like that's my peak at this point. So it's technically a platformer. I'd go there.
That's Super Metroid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that it's a secret, but
Yeah.
Super Metroid's an amazing game. Beyond that, I mean, I love platformers. Super Meat Boy. There's so many. Metal Storm. Bunch of them. Definitely Super Metroid as far as that's the best.
Yeah. Oh, this is something I'd like to point out here. In each of the levels, I've placed some sort of environmental sign where you can read and get a little bit of flavor for the world. So this is within the factory floor. This is a notice from management. It says, "Listen up, work bots. These gears are not to be used as walkways. We've received reports of reckless bots using large gears as shortcuts to their designated patrol zones. Future safety infractions will be met with severe penalties and profound disappointment. Yours truly, man." So that gives you a little hint here that you can
Use
skip
that
a little
shortcut
area
there, yeah.
with the gear. But I'm gonna go the long way around. Ooh, maybe.
Oh.
Because I want to. Oh,
Ah!
I
You
died.
burned your butt.
Burn my butt. Does C.A.R.L have hidden lore? It does, actually, yeah. That's honestly why I was thinking of, Xander was in here earlier, that's who solved the ARG before the game announcement, but the reason that I had the idea for the ARG was because there's some kind of fun lore that I had planned from the very earliest days of C.A.R.L. And some of it is hinted at in the game's opening sequence, but you won't really know what you're looking at until later on, I'd say. But yeah, I hope that you all, for those of you who do end up picking up the game, that you enjoy sort of combing it for those little details.
Guys, which platforms are there sales on?
We have a launch sale running from now until October 6th on Steam for PC and on the Nintendo eShop for Switch. So both of those platforms we're able to get a 1 week launch sale.
That's true. And on the other two, we'll definitely have sales later on.
Yeah. It just didn't work out for us to get the same launch sale, but like
yeah,
we'll make sure that we have our.
We'll take care of PlayStation and Xbox as well.
Yeah.
Andrew, quick music question.
Sure.
What is your favorite music artist that doesn't have cursies?
Oh, I mean, my favorite music artist in general, I would say, would be, well, can I say a group? Is that fine? Because I was going to go with Daft Punk. Like, Daft Punk, I feel like, is my biggest influence, like, through the I guess they've been the longest musical obsession of mine for, as far as just sheer number of years throughout my life that I've loved Daft Punk. So, Daft Punk is almost exclusively instrumental music, or like simple samples and stuff like that. So not much in the way of lyrics. I honestly don't listen to a lot of music with lyrics. I like to listen to more like sort of like focus playlists on Spotify and that sort of thing. But so we just got our first trading card. These are random drops from enemies, and they have information about the characters that you'll meet throughout the adventure. So. When we get a trading card, that is immediately saved on your save file, and then once we get back to the dump, we'll be able to give that to Doug and check it out. So.
Almost all the like extra collectibles work in that way. The only ones that don't are the green chips.
Yeah,
they work like normal chips. You have to claim them, but anything else you can get.
I think this is technically the first time in the game that you'll see Dr. Kent. He's on that poster in the background there. I need you to fight for me. So we can get rid of it. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna try to get a secret here. Check this out.
Nice.
So if you kill this platform, you won't be able to hit this switch, but we want that switch for a little secret area right underneath the wind platform.
I always end up hitting that switch and then forgetting to get the actual secret.
That's the real challenge. You have to have the presence of mind.
Yeah, you have to remember, like, you're in 10 seconds, I've got to go.
Yeah. So what we're talking about here is right underneath the exit platform where you could choose to end the level. Pro tip, head down here, now this way is open.
You can see that like green tinted platform slid to the side.
Someone's got a personal request. They're wondering if there's Wolfie Paws is asking if there's any art that they can download so they can help promote the game as they're also a content.
Oh, sure. I think we may have some art assets on the C.A.R.L game website. If not, I can update that with some more. But we had a press release go out earlier today that has. I'm not sure if we have.
I know we have a Dropbox link somewhere. Hop on the Discord. There's a C.A.R.L Discord.
Join the C.A.R.L Discord, and that's in the description.
Yeah. Shoot us that message, and we'll definitely send you a link.
Yeah. So here's our first arcade module that we found with that secret entrance. So I'll show you what that looks like, and we'll go check out the arcade and the trading cards at the dump.
The arcade was really fun. I got to program all those classic retro games.
Yeah, that was almost completely mad. I had the idea for like Dummy Kent, the Donkey Kong kind of legally distinct.
Yeah. You had started that one you designed the arcade like framework, like this first person kind of perspective.
Yeah, I just love the idea of having a arcade game within the game. So here's ARPA's arcade. That little arcade module we got us a C.A.R.L.tron 2084, which is not like any robot game that you've played before. So this is sort of a twin stick shooter. And the fun part that I find about the arcade games is if you get to a certain high score, you'll actually get rewarded in game with some scrap. So.
Looking at this, and I didn't realize this till now, you'll know you may ask yourself, like, why are you playing this little guy with a blue head and yellow suspenders? in this game. That was actually more in line with C.A.R.L's original design.
That was the earlier design for C.A.R.L, yeah. He used to have those like little yellow suspenders and orange pants. So yeah, it's a fun little callback. I thought about that after we changed his design, but I was just like, I feel like it's a fun.
It's
little,
cute, yeah,
it's retro, you know, like
yeah, it is the retro C.A.R.L.
Yeah, I feel like it fits, especially given that it was a concept that I had like art for literally a decade. That's absurd.
I still know C.A.R.L as that. Like he changed the design for C.A.R.L changed fairly late in development.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Pop up are there any accessibility options?
As far as settings, we just have like different I think we just have like the standard volume sliders, but I would be open to implementing accessibility options. We don't have spoken dialogue or anything, so it's all like kind of captioned already by the nature of just being a text-based game. But I would like to have some more options for like custom control inputs and things like that eventually.
I would like that as well. I think one thing I've seen even a few requests for that just didn't make it, like dashing is a double tap.
Yes.
We could easily throw in some button mapping for that.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna be working on it and putting out patches pretty quickly, I think. So
we tried to be mindful of like no flashing at the kilohertz rate or whatever that can cause seizures and some of those things.
Yeah.
Also, side question. Andrew.
Yes.
We have a question about Really Rad Weekend.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Are you gonna be there?
Yes, I will be at Really Rad Weekend. What was the question about?
Just asked if you're gonna talk to fans at Really Rad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm excited to meet up with everybody. It's been way too long.
What is that?
That is a convention in I think it's November, in Florida. Is it not November?
Probably.
I don't know. My schedule has been destroyed. So.
That's not the one, right?
No. We also are going to Music City Multicon in Nashville at the end of next month.
So the cool thing about this is after you play these arcade games, like if you're like 20 scrap shy of your next upgrade, it's a good way to just go get scrap without having to replay a whole level.
Yeah, just a little diversion. I'm gonna give you all another little insider tip here. If you've already collected one of the trading cards, you can come check out underneath this table, and you'll find something special. Get Duke's trading card. So. Let's go. I'll show you all how the trading card system works here briefly. Like I said, they're mostly random drops, but some of them are deliberately hidden. And you give them to this suspicious-looking character over here, and he'll keep them in a binder for you. So this is just a little way that I wanted to add in some extra flavor and some background information on the characters in C.A.R.L. So, I hope that this will add a little bit of its character.
It's great if you need to know like everybody's acronym.
Yeah.
Everybody has an acronym, and I don't know that they all explain their acronym. But here you can find it.
Yeah. So sometimes it gives just a little bit more context for the characters that you're meeting. So, like here's Duke. He said, Duke provides entertainment to all patrons of the Robobar with his extensive music collection. According to rumors, he might invite you to a secret place if you know the right code. He likes impeccable audio fidelity and dislikes streaming music services. So, yeah. That's just a fun little optional thing that you can do. Oh, and I also wanted to point out that we saved Bleen in level 2, so now he's back here in the dump. So you can kind of build your little village of robots as you go along.
I think you have enough scrap now to go upgrade your weaponry.
I want to do that before I go to Chuck, for sure. Let me do that. Oh yeah, I guess we could see Madam here too. We haven't shown off Madam yet. Madam is a, as we like to say, she's a cybernetic soothsayer. And she'll give you hints about where you can find hidden collectibles in the next level. So you can just pay a little fee to get a riddle, basically. So she starts off, don't worry, she's given fortune in binary, but still. There you go. The floor moves to and fro in a tower of spinning doom, stacked 4 high, but between them all a wall illusory. Please remember, if accurate data models are not available, predictions may be unreliable. See you next time. So she's pretty obtuse, I think, in her hints. But yeah, if you're really struggling and you don't want to look at a walkthrough, you can use her to get some insider knowledge about where to find a secret collectible. So, All right. Oh, and I think we've beaten a level, so I'm gonna go talk to Aaron again. Gotta get back to my radio.
He uses the informal man now. That's nice.
Yeah. Let's do. What do you think I should do first, man?
I always go like rate of fire, shot power. Shot speed's alright. Like it gives penetration to the bullets. Like they'll pass through enemies, but I think like rate of fire and shot power is the way to go. Especially like damage is key.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll start with rate of fire, I think. So then Wendy will install our new upgrade. All right, good to go. Oh, do we have enough medals for another one? Actually,
totally get another one.
Yeah. Let's do shot power.
Guys, how long did it take you to develop this game?
Well, we've been working in earnest off of the prototype that I had dabbled on for many years, but we were working in earnest for probably about 2 years.
Yeah, I think once I jumped on, it's been almost exactly 2 years at this point.
Yep. All right.
Ooh, another question. Since you guys are just in the armory, what is the maximum level of each upgrade? Jane Instincts.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
5.
5. Okay, so at this point, I've collected a couple of extra green chips, so I'm just going to point this out here. Like, if I had grabbed one more green chip, I would have had enough to actually skip this 4th level and get into the boss level early, but I did not get all the green chips, so I'm going to show every level. Since it's a developer Q&A live stream, I figured that's appropriate.
Fun, yeah. So. This level is, I think, where it really starts to kind of open up.
Yeah,
and it starts to be less linear.
A notice is posted on the wall. Congrats on your promotion to the Department of Hazardous and Destructive Machinery. As one of our best performing drones, you've been selected to patrol this most crucial area of Kill Corp. As always, please do your best to follow all mandates described in the Extended Workbot Safety Protocol. Remember, a single one of these gears is worth more than it would cost to replace you. Forever yours, management. Just another little bit of flavor. Management is cold and uncaring.
That's very true.
And you'll see who their foreman is here in the next level. Well, actually, you get a little glimpse of them right there. Oh, okay. So yeah, this one. There's this crate here. I always grab this one because it's got a good bit of scrap in it. Yeah. Oop. Okay.
Jason Berger said he fell in love with Wendy as soon as he saw her, so he had to drop her.
Nice.
His fan art was so great.
It was very
delightful.
cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Talented.
I think that makes I think we've got 3 pieces of fan art for C.A.R.L now, something like that. We're gonna have to make a collection, share it on Twitter or something.
Hi Jason.
All right.
Big Ding Gaming, Andrew wants to know that he says that I should tell you that you shouldn't go to Florida. What if there's a hurricane there?
I hadn't considered that angle.
Good point. That's a good point.
There could be a hurricane.
Might be.
All right.
So I think of all the levels, this is the first one that has that kind of like Mario 3, Super Mario World style platforming with the where more than a means of conveyance, the moving platforms start to be these hazards.
Yeah.
And that only gets more extreme throughout the rest of the game.
Definitely. And acutely in Chapter 1, the next level.
There's some moments that are fun.
So Michelle asks, did you call the currency scrap to match arm?
I think it's totally unintentional.
No, it was just that we both made robot games.
Yeah.
Are there any aspects of arm that were in prop?
There's a lot of like code.
Yeah.
There's a lot like some of like the boilerplate like saving game stuff, some of the physics stuff, some of the enemy pathfinding. Yeah. Pathfinding actually directly from ARF and another project I'm working on, especially for Charlotte. But like as far as character stuff, there's just things that coincidentally overlap because they're both like robot games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We have similar taste and aesthetics, so I think a lot of things end up being Getting real close.
Oh, I'm gonna get a secret here if I can. Let's see. See if I can pull it off. Yeah, there we go.
Jason Berger would like to let you guys know that you guys have made an amazing game.
Oh, thank you, Jason.
Kayla, he loves you.
Kayla, Jason loves you.
Alright. So here we got a secret chip, but we need to unlock the red gate to get to it, so I'm going to be looking for a red button over here. Lucky for me, I worked on the game, so I know it's there. Come back here. Need that lava bucket.
Oh,
no, I don't.
No, you don't.
Speedrun strats.
I remember very early on, like, lava was insta-death. And
Yeah.
it made that whole section much harder.
Yeah, but I think it's a lot more fun now that it's...
Yeah,
like,
it's fun, bouncy.
Yeah.
You can exploit it. You can speedrun off of it.
Yeah. It's like Mario 64 lava.
You burn your little robot bottom.
Yeah.
Why?
Alright.
Question from much earlier. But what's your favorite Mario game? And then what's your favorite game ever?
Okay.
Your favorite game ever is a Mario game.
Yeah, my favorite game ever is Super Paper Mario. My favorite Mario game is Super Paper Mario. But as far as like mainline Mario games, I'd say Mario Galaxy. It just still takes the cake for me. As far as like the mainline Mario platformers are concerned. But, and then yeah, favorite game of all time is probably Super Paper Mario. But I'll put like Portal and the Stanley Parable are up there. Yeah. What about you?
My favorite Mario game is probably Super Mario World. I mean, I'm an old man, and I love my Super Nintendo games. Like, I think that's all there is to that. And favorite game ever, still probably Super Metroid is definitely on up there. But like, also a fan of a lot of classic PC games, Quake and Doom.
Yeah.
Quake had a big influence on this actually in level design philosophy. Strangely enough.
So I'm thinking, like, what time do we got right now? It's 8:21, so we haven't quite yet gone for an hour, but I think what we're going to do, we're about to go into the first chapter boss. What I'm thinking is maybe what we could do is beat the first chapter boss, and then show the process of getting an upgrade, and
I'll give
maybe
him a peek of chapter 2.
The beginning of chapter 2.
I think that's fair, yeah.
Let's do that. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk to Aaron again. No, what's up?
Quick, like, developing question.
Yeah.
Which language and tools did you guys use to develop C.A.R.L?
The IDE, or the main engine, is Unity, and we're using C# with Unity. So we both came from a C# background, and we're working in X and A in Mono Game.
I remember when we, our first games that we did when we worked together were in X and A.
Yeah.
Mono Game. With C.A.R.L, I guess the other things we used were middleware. That's super important. Is Rewired is fantastic. That's a like Unity asset I want to shout out. That does like X input for all your game controls, and that makes porting to multiple platforms a lot easier.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a lot of rigmarole with different controllers.
Did you mention Super Tile Map?
Super Tile Map Editor is another one I really like. Unity now has like native tile map support, but
at the time we started, it didn't.
It didn't, and I prefer Super Tile Map Editor still. Like I just really like the way it can do a lot. It's very cool.
Yeah. Hey, Wolfie Paws, thank you so much for the tip.
Also, Wolfie Paws is gonna have to get off here, so is Jaden Stinks.
Bye,
Well,
thanks for
goodbye,
joining
Jaden.
us.
Goodbye, Wolfie.
Alright, so here
Jason's
we
also
are.
heading out, so.
Okay, see you later, Jason. Thanks for
Bye,
stopping
Jason.
by. This is our boss level of Chapter 1, and we've got a menacing warning here at the beginning. Access restricted. Floor administrators and authorized personnel only. Trespassers will be eliminated on site. No exceptions. With our sincerest apologies. Alright, so this is right out of, Mario 3.
Yeah.
Let's go!
There were a lot of levels like this in there's an old Genesis game called Kid Chameleon.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I was playing around the time that
Nice.
I was working on the game. Oh, I want to do runner levels.
Yeah.
Do big wall of death levels. And it works well for a boss.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's especially suited for boss levels. Alright. Have a little secret message here.
Oh no.
Oh, I did.
Oh.
I followed the
Yeah.
instructions.
That's not part of the tutorial. That's
No.
just
We should have made an achievement there. If you die in that pit, like.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
listener.
Like, good listener. Well, yeah, it's not too late. Well, we can add a few in a patch.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Given where you guys were at in the game,
Yeah.
do either of you have a favorite boss?
Ooh. Yes, I think I do. I just on the. I feel like just the concept and design alone, I feel like my favorite boss is the boss of Chapter 2. It wouldn't be too much of a spoiler to explain who he is, because he's in this trailer and he's in the box art, but it's Biggs, the kind of like weightlifting robot character. I feel like he was definitely inspired by a few different characters like Balrog from Cave Story and O-Chunks from Super Paper Mario. He's kind of like a sort of bumbling oaf gym rat frat bro type robot.
Yeah.
So that's just on the character concept. I think he's probably my favorite.
I think all his like animations and different attack forms and all that are really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can reveal my favorite. It's kind of a spoiler.
Yeah.
But there is a boss you encounter late in the game that kind of copies your moveset,
Yeah.
so to speak, in really interesting ways. I really enjoy just the way that interaction works. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
All right.
Andrew,
Yes.
what program did you use to create the music?
It was a couple different programs. I started working in Musagi, which was an old kind of, I think it's an open source sort of fake Famitracker type system. And I made some of the earliest songs in that. And then I felt like I wanted to have a kind of a distinction between the songs that you would hear in the hub and in like the menus compared to what you would hear in the actual level. And like I wanted it to feel more open and more full-bodied, I guess, if I could explain it that way. Like to have more bass and more like less bit-crushed synth instruments and things like that. So I did move to a more fully featured like environment after that. But I used a lot of open-source VSTs that are in the community for like NES Tracker, like NES VST, Triforce was one.
Yeah,
What are
all
some of
the
the
ones
others?
that are I forget the author of those VSTs, but they have one called like Tapeworm, and they have one called like Toad and Peach. And,
Yeah.
those are all really cool. I used a lot of ARM too.
Yeah.
We trade VSTs all the time.
Yeah.
Like open VST. But
Yeah.
yeah. One interesting thing there is I remember. Is anything still in Musagi? Any of the tracks that ended up in the game?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that like the
Like in the hub and
Yep.
that area.
yeah, the like, and the boss intro theme is one that is like you'll hear it just here shortly. That's a Musagi theme, Doc's theme, anything that like the main hub theme, the armory theme, the simple ones that don't have a lot of reverb, don't have the kind of like kicky electro drums.
Yeah, yeah. The like,
So here's
high
one
reverb.
that is in Musagi. This.
I remember it was a little bit of a challenge because Musagi, like, you can set a tempo, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can set a beats per minute, 140, 130, whatever. But it's not accurate. Like, it's not 100% correct. And we had to, like, record and map the beats per minute of all the songs to sync all these level elements to. We wrote a whole system that lets you, like,
Oh yeah, we barely
fire
talked
off
about that.
events based on, like, on individual beats. So it's almost like a step sequencer where you can fire off game events, and that's how a lot of the platforms and attacks and everything happen in the game. But anything in Musagi, like, we had to go in and take the final track and like cut it down and map it out.
Yeah.
Like, it was always like 139.3281345 or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So, interesting challenge.
So this is our first boss fight with Chuck, the foreman of the factory floor. So we're gonna see if we're gonna test our might here and see if we can get past his boss fight and show you all a glimpse of Chapter 2. So one bit of advice here, I find my strategy is to hang out in the corner, and also a little secret for you if you do end up picking up the game and want a little head start. Chuck's main attack is that he throws a bunch of tools at you from his toolbox. And if you've noticed, the wrenches in C.A.R.L are actually, they represent his health. So
good.
if you keep an eye on the tools and try to keep an eye out for when it's a wrench, you can actually pick those up, and they will increase your health rather than taking it away. So if you have a quick reflexes and a keen eye, you can keep an eye out and keep your health in good shape.
I think it's especially helpful if you haven't upgraded. Like you almost have to do it, because I think there's some sections where you've got to be very precise to not take damage.
Yeah.
If you've got even one damage upgrade, one rapid fire upgrade, you're golden on this. But no upgrades, he's pretty tough.
Yeah. Now that's something that's something I would like to update. I think in our first patch is I would like to make it so that I don't even know if I've brought this up to you, Matt, but I think I'd like to make it so that when you shoot, that you can destroy his tools.
That might make things a little nice. Yeah. Either that, or I feel like when they bounce on the ground, they could like slash and not damage you.
Yeah.
Like after they linger, and sometimes he gets those cheap hits in.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be close.
Got this.
All right. Come on, Chuck. Yeah. Oh. Unbelievable. Bested by a lowly drone. The boss will never let me hear the end of this.
Kristen, thank you for deleting those messages.
Yeah, guys, don't click on any.
Don't click on any links that show up in the chat.
There aren't symbols in your area. If it's got 69 in the name, don't click on it.
Yeah. Good advice.
All right, so here's our first golden tech unit. And that marks the end of Chapter 1, and here we'll get our first live glimpse of Dr. Kent, the main antagonist here. And who I was mentioning, my favorite boss, Biggs, here. You want to do Kent?
Oh, yeah. This is unacceptable. Biggs, it's your time to shine. What kind of voice should I do? Is that a fine
That's
one?
great.
Or should I do
Yeah.
like a... Okay. Take care of our little problem, will you? I'll do it more nasal, like a cartoon villain. You do Biggs.
No problem, boss. This little twerp won't know what hit him. Biggs out. All right, so that's the end of Chapter 1. We get a special music track that is from Chuck's fight.
Yeah, all the boss music's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a little message from our robot dad, Herman here. He's gonna call us.
I really like this music track in particular. It's really cool.
That's my favorite one on the soundtrack.
Like the lo-fi version of his van theme. Yeah, it's very
I've made
cool.
it my ringtone on my phone.
I know.
The ghost version?
Yeah.
This is your ghost dad. This is Carl's ghost dad.
Hey, Carl, don't be alarmed. It's just me, Herman. If my readings are correct, you've just found a very powerful piece of Kent's experimental technology. With any luck, I might even be able to use it to improve your abilities. Please feel free to visit me up here on the surface whenever you get the chance. Take care, Carl. So we're going to head up there and see what technology we can get out of that golden chip.
Quick question. How long do you think it would take to finish Carl?
I think a new player without knowing the solutions to puzzles would probably have a good, maybe a 5-hour run through a...
I think, 4, 5, 6 hours. It depends on how kind of deep you dive into the hub and how much of a completionist you are.
Yeah.
Like, rushing through it, you can definitely, speedrun times are going to be fast.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's built for that. But I think first playthrough, you got at least a good 5 hours. At least.
I think so, yeah.
Can I spoil that one?
Yeah.
So you can investigate things. The stop sign is looking mighty suspicious to me.
I just learned that. Like, embarrassingly recently.
This simple metal sign suggests crossing the nearby road is ill-advised, if not illegal. Hang on just a dang moment. Some ne'er-do-well has taped a compact disc to the back of the sign.
That was another rough one with the SRB.
Some ne'er-do-well.
Yeah, they were like, that's some blue language.
Found a hidden music.
Also, a couple points of compliment. Samwise has said that the game seems very charming and well made.
Well,
and the
thank you.
Lego Nation would like you guys to know. Music slaps.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna get our first traversal upgrade here from Herman. Hey there, Carl. Let's take a look at this new tech unit. We'll get a little bit of story here as well. Incredible! This technology is unlike anything I've seen before, and yet it's strangely familiar. You know, Kent and I used to work together. Can you believe it? We were business partners for many years. We built such amazing inventions together. Back then, we were thick as thieves, but before I knew it, something had changed. Sorry about that, Carl. I got lost in a bit of nostalgia. Enough reminiscing. Let's get this module installed.
Just like a real dad.
Matthew really would like to know, does the game tell you what percentage of items have been found?
Yes. When you are in the hub, you'll be able to hit the pause button to see the total number of collectibles, and then there's also a percentage completion on the save file.
Yeah, like out on the main screen. So,
yeah. So with that first golden chip from Chuck, if you noticed during Chuck's fight, he kind of did a double jump to get up to his little like background area, and that was the little hint that when you use his golden chip, it's sort of like Mega Man. You get the boss's powers.
Yeah.
So we actually have a double jump now for the remainder of the game. That was important to me. That I felt like I like the first step that I had made in C.A.R.L was to figure out what the movement would be because I wanted it to be fun. So by the end, you end up having like 4 distinct different moves that help add to your moveset, and the first one is double jumping, and I felt like that was the most fun to start out with. So you can immediately start getting more secrets with the double jump, such as getting over this fence here. We get health module.
Secrets.
Yeah. Alright.
Nintendrew question.
Sure.
So, Asael Polanco, hope I didn't butcher that, said, do you have any plans to do a video on a compile game like their Disc Station games, Aleste, Mado Monogatari, or Puyo Puyo?
I don't have anything along those lines in the works yet, but I am ramping up new YouTube content, so
that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm all for any sort of ideas if you guys have thoughts on what you'd like to see next. So happy to hear it. I hope you all enjoyed the new video today. I realized that I've started filling out my collection of obscure consoles, and I thought it was about time to show off some of them. So those are some of my some of my favorite parts of the collection that I will show off today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So now we have the double jump technique, which will allow us to get further into the story and into the dump. So now we can actually go over to this top left corridor here and check it out. Kind of hop right over there. You get a few little hints about what's to come with this environmental art. But, why don't we go ahead and start? Yeah, it's the towel zone.
It's the towel zone.
Levels. So yeah, chapter 2 is the training grounds, which is sort of like a robot fitness gym.
Yeah.
So let's see. A notice is posted on the wall. Welcome, trainees. You've been assigned to our Beef Boss program due to a lack of productivity. Here you'll find a multitude of practice areas to hone your offensive tactics. Warning, if you are not waterproof, please do not immerse yourself in our pools. If you do, we have to get out the pool net and fill out a bunch of forms. It's this whole thing. Just don't get your circuits fried, okay? And thanks and welcome to KI Fitness. With the double jump, you'll notice that we've now got like little tricks you got to pull off like this to get through without taking damage, and new heights can be reached like this. So yeah, there's a poster with Biggs up here, giving you a little preview of what's to come. So I don't want to spoil too much of the game, so I think we might
I think you could beat this level.
You think I should beat
You could beat this level. I just remembered an earlier question about favorite sprite in the game.
Oh yeah.
And my favorite sprite is there's a poster of Kent where Kent is looking mighty handsome.
Yeah.
Pumping iron.
And
it appears in this chapter. And I think that has to be.
Do you want me to get to that point to show that?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Actually,
okay,
yeah.
we can do that. We can get that far.
We're in no hurry. What time is it?
It is
8:38.
Yeah.
8:38.
Central Standard.
Yep.
We can do it sometime. I don't want to rush you. Yeah.
Alright. And some of you perceptive viewers might notice that this is the music from the original reveal trailer.
This track's amazing. I really enjoyed this.
Well, Polly Levi, I would like to let you know that we're playing right now, Closet Flush.
Oh, nice!
For indie content creators. And they said that they would like to see a video on the television.
Oh yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I've got a reproduction cartridge of some of the Zelda Satellaview games, but I'd like to get a Satellaview at some point. Alright, we got Chuck's trading card, so that's that first boss that we fought, so now we can learn more about him when we get back to the dump. Might be a good way to end it after we get through this. Should I do the secret? I might as well.
Yeah, the long
why not? Yeah. But yeah, sometimes you'll find like little suspicious markings on walls or things like that that will hint you in a certain direction you might want to check out.
We got a little time here, so is there any other questions while we go through this tube?
Yeah, how about those next-gen tube physics, guys?
What do you have, at least 4?
At least 4 levels.
At least 4 levels.
Probably more.
I mean, we've shown 6 at this point, so we've delivered on that promise.
Do you guys have any favorite tracks from the soundtrack, given that there were over 30?
Well, definitely that one that Matt mentioned when Herman calls you in the hub. That's probably my favorite one in the game. It's very simple, but it's just catchy.
Yeah.
There's also some like in the like real end game that I feel like are more serious that I had fun doing. So, yeah.
Ken Slament's really good.
Yeah.
I like the 4th boss. Has a really sick boss track that I really enjoy.
Whirlwind's favorites are the credits theme.
Nice.
Or this theme. Like,
Nice.
solid.
Alright, so here we got a challenge room where we've got to kill 12 of these pop copters before they do us in. But we get a ton of scrap out of it.
Development related question.
Yeah.
Which came first, the story or the gameplay?
That's hard to say, because the story came as an extension of like the concept of like a robot lost in this facility, but that concept came from a screenshot where I like mocked up this sort of 2D platformer gameplay. So I definitely had like the core mechanics, at least the jump and shoot mechanics in mind from the very beginning. But then I think they both kind of like grew at the same time.
I would argue story.
Yeah.
Because I know you had the whole notion and world planned out and like these segments, especially some of the later game segments where we weren't really sure like, okay, this is what happens, but how do we do that? Like, how do we turn that into gameplay?
Yeah.
And it's really fun doing that, actually. There's some really good surprises towards the end of the game.
I hope so. All right, this is the poster that Matt was talking about
that's
right
my
there.
favorite sprite in the game.
That Dr. Kent poster down there.
He just looked, yeah, certainly.
Well, I think maybe what we can do is go back to the dump and then check out those new trading cards we got, and maybe take a few more questions. And then we can,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
maybe show a little bit more of the hub and call it a stream. But,
Sounds good to me.
Well, Paul and Levi would like to know, do you guys have a favorite alternate C.A.R.L color palette?
Yeah, well, mine is
Yeah.
still the original, but Matt has said that his was that grape grease, right?
I really like the purple. I
I'll
really
change
like
to
Great
it.
Grease.
Oh, and then also, since we've beaten Chapter 1, now we've got some new characters that have started popping up in the Robobar. So we can talk to them here in just a second. Let me put on the purple. There we go.
Nice. Beautiful.
So who do we got here? This is Phil, the processor of hypotheticals, intelligence, and logic, and Sophie, the symbiotic organizer of philosophical inquiries. We were designed to find faults in Kent's plan and consider possible issues that would cause failure. But when we told him there was a 92% chance that a little utility bot would steal all his tech and foil his plans, thought we were defective and threw us down here to the dump. They all have like a reason for like, you know, what they were doing when they were in part of Kent's army, and then you know what got them sent down here. So
When you go to...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe they can't hear me. When you talk to the jukebox,
Yeah.
to reveal the secret.
okay.
Here's the thing. Yeah.
So this, we haven't shown this off yet. This is Duke the Jukebox, where you can get those discs within the levels, and actually it's like a sound test mode where you can listen to the songs again. So like here we can listen to the boss fight from Fighting Chuck. All right, and there is a secret here that if you don't want spoilers, close your eyes for 10 seconds. But I'm just gonna give a bit of a.
I'll tell you when you can open them again. Close them now.
I'm gonna give you a bit of a sneak.
Okay, you're
Peek here.
fine to open them.
All right, so here's our little surprise.
Ooh, what's in there?
What's in there?
We're not gonna show you.
Yeah. All right. So another thing I wanted to point out is just that, like we mentioned, you can kind of inspect anywhere. So there's some places where we've added some flavor text, like bits of metal, springs, gears, and other assorted scraps litter the floor below the giant trash chute. So just a little bit of extra world building here and there.
Yeah. I think both those piles of trash have text.
Yeah. It's a pile of trash.
I didn't know that.
It's a big pile of trash.
Same. Developer question. Asael Polanco would like to know, are there any unused elements from the game that you'd like to employ in future updates?
Ooh.
Anything you've missed?
Certainly. I don't know if we can think of one particular.
Well, I don't know if necessarily it's unused, but Matt was briefly alluding to this earlier. I had some ideas for other ways that the dump could kind of open up as a place to spend time and to like explore more thoroughly after each chapter. I would really like to make, after we have a couple of patches of like bug fixes and like making things just like more smooth, I'd like to have like one big like, you know, I don't know, like
a big anniversary patch or just something down the road that introduces some of this stuff we had to cut for time. Like, we got most stuff in. It was great. But...
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with the version that we've gotten here, but I think you can look forward to, like, over the next year, probably we'll be adding a few new characters and some new side quests, so, yeah. Hopefully that answers your question.
Have you gotten any of the blueprint items yet?
No, I should do that. Let me go do that. Actually, that would be a good thing to show off. Yeah.
And we can't get to Craig yet.
No.
I really enjoy Craig.
Question from a while back, but have you guys played Minecraft?
Yes. Minecraft's a lot of fun.
What's Minecraft?
It's 3D Legos, virtual Legos. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've played Minecraft. I love Minecraft. It's fantastic.
Install our health module here, and then we can also afford the tech unit locator. So what this will do is we can hit the minus button on Switch to locate tech units within the levels. So this, if you're feeling a little bit lost in a particular level now, you'll have this item that you can use to kind of ping the area for the things you're looking for. So I might as well just go back to an old level, I figured, and show that.
Yeah, are there any green chips you missed?
Yes, actually. I think in 1.1 I did not get the green chip, so I could go do that. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And totally. the music disc, too. We'll go replay the first level one. That'll be a good way to sort of wrap it up, I suppose. But yeah.
So, Ken is also asking if there's anything that you'd like to share about your creative process for designing the levels, the characters, the graphics, etc. Anything in particular stands out you'd like to share?
Well, you can speak to levels.
Yeah, level design. I think I mentioned earlier that, like, honestly, Quake, of all games, inspired me a lot on the level design. As far as having kind of like monster closets, and a lot of like switches and backtracking and loop back in the level. Like, I wanted to avoid designing anything overly linear, but still have like a clear path through the level. So you never felt extremely lost. Though I don't know if I succeeded with that. There's a few levels that are pretty large and labyrinthine, but ultimately what I'd do is I'd kind of gray box everything out as points of interest. Like, here's this switch, here's this gate. I know I want this kind of challenge in there. And you'd have this big kind of empty level with these hallways you can navigate. And then I'd go back in and refine each section into something interesting. Like, okay, I've got a hallway where you just jump up some platforms. What's more interesting than that? We'll redesign that hallway and then just gradually fill out this larger path. And that's how some of the levels manage to be so large and kind of intertwined, connected. Each one, like, not Metroidvania level, but, you know.
Yeah, I
not linear either.
One of our early reviews was mentioning that the levels feel almost Metroidvania-ish. That they're just because of they're in all of the size of those lads. You know?
Yeah, I think it's hard for me to avoid that. Like,
no, that's great. One thing I did want to quickly point out here is that because we beat Chapter 1 and are now going back to Chapter 1 levels, getting those traversal upgrades like that double jump we got significantly improved your ability to move around the levels. So, like, for right here, there's this this green chip that the intended way to reach it is you get this green switch down below that I've already hit it over here on the left side, but it unlocks a gate that allows you to get to a tube at the top of the level to ultimately spit yourself out there. But if you've got the double jump, it's pretty trivial to just hop right up there.
A lot of the secrets are designed with that kind of thing in mind, where they're easy to access with the upgrades, but there's always a way to access them the first time you encounter them.
Yeah. Quick question from the Amish electrician. They said, I've been trying to beat Ghosts and Goblins for almost 30 years. It can't be done, lol. Y'all ever beat it? No GG?
No.
No.
I cannot.
You are correct.
Right.
Your first assumption it cannot be beaten without cheating is correct.
Matt 100 also asked, how's PlayStation?
PlayStation is doing just fine in the basement.
But he's here right now.
Nintender's married. You know, you can't just have PlayStation.
That guy's
all
a third
his
wheel.
games.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wrecked myself. Oh well. Oh, but you know what? I could do here.
Yeah.
Check. Yeah, check this out. I can just jump straight up to the Switch now because I've got that sick double jump. All right. Oh,
Nice.
let me get the.
Did you use the radar? You showed the radar.
Oh no, I didn't. Or well, I showed it in the hub, but I didn't show it in here. So yeah.
I know what you're
Well, yeah.
Die.
Yeah. Well, I already have to check.
Well,
Rip. Well, you'll just have to take my word for it. No, we'll play that one. Oh, I didn't get the disc again. I guess I could go get the disc. I keep forgetting to grab the disc.
where is the disc in that? I hit it. I should
in
know.
the crate.
That's right. It's in the box.
I don't remember if you guys have mentioned yet, but do you have favorite levels?
Yes and no. I feel like a lot of chapter 3 and 4 are some of my favorites. It's interesting because I feel like we ended up spending more time polishing the first couple chapters, but I feel like just some of the concepts that we used in the latter chapters make them more fun to me. But I think it's all a good time. Like, I mean, I'm biased.
I kind of agree with you. Like, I think like the first 2 chapters are fun, but there was a lot we had to do to like teach the player how to play the game. And in 3 and 4, we really get to like kind of subvert expectations and do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think 3.3 is very fun.
Mm-hmm.
It may frustrate some folks. Like, I don't know if it might be some people's least favorite, but that was one that kind of came together in a day while you were over at my house.
Yeah.
And it I don't know. It doesn't play like any of the other levels. It's really interesting.
The vague concept, without any spoilers, is that like throughout the game you have checkpoints throughout each level, and they're pretty common. You know, like you don't have to worry too much about dying. It doesn't take too long to get back. But in Chapter 3, there's a level where almost all the checkpoints are out of order. They're not working. It's kind of more of like it's the sort of spooky chapter. It's a little bit of there's a horror aspect to it, and so that level it kind of challenges you to almost beat the entire thing in one run without dying. But there are a couple checkpoints that'll help you along the way, but just a lot less than the typical level.
Yeah, it's very much like a search and like find all the things and then get to the end.
Yeah,
in that one, and it's all very gridded. I don't know. It's just an interesting level.
Figure we can go ahead and look at the trading cards again because we got a couple new ones. Let's see. Got Duke. Oh, there's ARPA.
There's ARPA.
ARPA is a kind of gentle robot. Who loves to make people smile. He's always working on something new for the RoboBar arcade. He likes retro games, electronic music, and the idea of pizza. And he dislikes running out of quarters. You know, same.
It's kind of
buddy.
pizza shaped.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a pizza torso.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told the same.
That's good, right? I think that's fine.
Oh, there's our card on Chuck. This formidable foreman is the boss of the factory floor. He was built by Dr. Kent to lead his militarized android army with practical business sense and a real go-get-em attitude. He likes subservience, punctuality, and productivity, and dislikes vacations, unions, and regulations. He's the cybernetic honcho of utilitarian construction and killing. Yeah, that's something that was always in the game ever since the first character. Is I wanted to have all the robots have a fun little acronym that could explain what their purpose was and give them a little cute moniker. So, yeah.
Is there a Sega version of Nintendrew? There's an Xbox version.
There's
yeah,
X-Bob.
there is X-Bob, but for Sega, I've heard people suggest Sega-Gabriel or Segary.
I like Sagari.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was a look at the first chapter of C.A.R.L and a little sneak peek at the second. I really hope you guys have enjoyed checking out the game. I know we're both really excited about being able to finally get it in front of you guys and get some first impressions. Yeah.
Can you remind everybody what platforms it's on, what the sales are?
C.A.R.L is on sale right now on Steam and Switch for under $10, and it is currently for sale on Xbox and PlayStation for $14.99. You should go grab it. It's terrific. If I do say so myself.
Tyler Laner, hope I pronounced it right, said, I bought it on the Switch earlier today, played it for a while, and it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Glad you're getting a kick out of it.
The Lego Nation said this was epic.
Nice. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. Do we have any more questions?
Any last question? One more.
Final call.
Sorry if I missed any. Oh, do you guys have any plans for other like color palettes or other types of like customization of anything?
We don't have any specific plans, but we would definitely be open to. I mean, color palettes are pretty easy to add.
Yeah. The bar could have 20 drinks. The way everything's set up. So.
Yeah, we might get some fan art that inspires us to make some other palettes and stuff. So definitely, let us know what you think. Join our Discord actually if you can.
Yeah.
In the description you'll find links to the game on all the different platforms as well as the plush toy that's right here. I should be plugging this more. Look at this adorable plush toy. It's available for 3 weeks only, starting today, and then no more ever. I don't think. So, I don't know. I don't want to claim that just in case we do a reprint, but I don't think we are. So, yeah, if you want to grab that, that'll be a nice little launch celebration part of C.A.R.L's history if you enjoy the game. So, definitely let us know what you think, and we'll be working on it, bug fixing and adding a few little quality of life features in the coming months.
Yeah. Let us know your bugs. Let us know your suggestions in the Discord.
Yeah.
And thanks for tuning in.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, everybody. And like we said, check out the game, join the Discord, watch the trailer if you haven't yet. And otherwise, hope you guys stay safe out there and take care.